It's Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show. My co-host, Bill Morton, president of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, is not here with us today. I am Trudy Leong, administrator of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. My very special guest today is John Elleson, Elleson, and he is running for the 9th Congressional District. Welcome, John.
Thank you. Thank you, Trudy. Very nice to be here today.
Awesome. So, John, when did you start? When was the first time you ran for the seat? And have you had any other political experience before?
No, I did run in 2018, and that was a midterm election also. Nope, I've been a pastor, community leader for the last 42 years, and so this is the second time I'm running for U.S. representative.
What was the year between 2018 and 2026 that you didn't run?
Nope, I didn't run in there. I was contemplating it, but I never did.
What made you feel that you're ready to try again this year? Or why did you feel it was necessary?
You know, Trudy, it's a very different time. There's a lot of polarization, and I thought that I had a unique opportunity to try to bring different people together. You know, it's not a good thing, people think, to try to get along. But my biggest thing is to see if we could find common ground.
And this comes from a pastor. Do you know of many pastors who are running for political office?
There are. For this time around, there's 3. There's one in Iowa. I'm running as a Republican, but there's like 3 Democrats that are pastors running. So it's actually the most in a while in this cycle.
Why do you think that pastors and people of faith now think that it's important to run?
Well, if you've been a community leader, if you've been working in the community, it's a great opportunity. I've been doing it for 42 years, and the Chicagoland area has been my home. And if you service people, running for Congress is similar to what I've been doing. We help people all the time. That's what we do. We work with all types of people, and now I wanted to broaden it and make it on a larger scale.
When I was doing research on you and for this interview, I saw that you had stayed with someone who had been shot, even after that person was dead, and then you were the only one staying with that person until the coroner came. Could you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, I was actually down in California. I was at the Cook County Jail doing some visitation, and I decided to take a different route back. I live in Arlington Heights, and I came up and went through Rogers Park, and right when I got there, I saw 3 or 4 police officers.
What was the intersection? Do you still remember?
It was on Sheridan Road there.
Oh.
Just like the recent shooting. It wasn't too far from the recent one that happened. But I was there, and I followed them right in, and we soon found out that a young man was shot. He was shot in the head, point blank, terrible. And it started raining out, and they were waiting for a coroner to arrive. And I decided to stay there. It was raining hard, and actually only one police officer was there. He stayed in his car the whole time, covered the body. But what I decided to do is I stayed till 4 in the morning to where the coroner came. And I found out later, because he was a Jewish man, the father was actually a rabbi. I didn't know anything about the person. I just felt bad, and I thought if my son was there, if this happened to him, I'd want someone to stay with them. Found out that was part of their culture, and they were very nice to me, and they actually made me a minch, they call it. It's an honor. It's being a person of honor in their faith. So I thought that was great. I attended his funeral, and we know them to this day.
So the police didn't even bother to find out who that person was to contact the next of kin. All through that the 3 hours, if you weren't there, the body would have been alone over there.
Yeah, in their faith, they believe someone should stay with the deceased body the whole time until they're recognized. Yeah, it was like I say, it was a busy night. I think there was several people that were shot in Chicago, so they were waiting for a coroner. So, and it was heavily raining, so I don't want to fault the police officer, but they did stay. There was an officer in the car there, but they were waiting for the coroner to come.
Did you have an umbrella?
You know, the TV crew, that's how it went. You know, some guy later, 3 hours later, came, and he had an umbrella later, and that's when he started interviewing me, and they shared it with all the different TV throughout Chicago, and that's how that happened.
I'm surprised that the police didn't shoo you away. How did you manage to be there? Then usually they put the yellow tape around and
they did.
shoo everybody away.
They would tape all around, but here's what I did. I told them I was a pastor in the area, and I asked, can I pray for them? So they let me cross the lines.
Did
there.
they ask you for your credentials?
No, they didn't. It probably was too much raining. It was really coming down, and I was drenched. And I just told them who I was, and we went and we prayed over the body, and then I went back across the tape line and stood there until the coroner came.
So we went and prayed over the body. Did you mean that the police officer went with you as you were praying?
They were next to me. That's right.
Okay.
They were next to me. They were very nice people, and then he went back in his car, and I went behind the lines. Yeah, that's right.
Do you think that God actually sent you there because you decided to change your route on that day?
You know, I'm very thankful for having the opportunity, and if my son or someone I knew was there, I'd want someone there. So I really am thankful for the opportunity. Yes, I do believe the Lord directs our steps, and I believe that God allows us to do different things, and his family was very appreciative, and just a sad thing. So yeah, I do believe that the Lord allowed me to be there.
And at that time, you had no idea about the Jewish faith and that they would want someone to stand over with him.
No, never knew, never knew. And then I went to the funeral. It was packed, and it was all Jewish people there, and I was the only one like that, and they were very nice. Then I went to the cemetery, and the whole time, and it was just a very unfortunate thing, and I'm thankful that that's what I do as a pastor. I'm around families during hardships, during things like this. This had to be something a little worse. Soon after, there was a big fire in Prospect Heights, and we allowed them to all stay at the church. So this is what we do on a regular basis, and that's why I want to serve the people today in this way.
And the family probably sought you out because of all that news coverage of you.
They did, and then they were very nice, and we went to their home, and they did, and to this day, I might get a message from them once every year or something, and so we're very appreciative of them.
Do they know that you're running for a political office? They must. They do. They might support you because you're such a kind person.
I don't know. I never told them. Sometimes it's best to leave things are, and they could find out another way, maybe like this. And but it's I'm not one to really toot my own horn, that kind of thing. I don't like that. I think politicians do that too much. The Lord does say, whatever you do in secret, he has a way of honoring it openly. So I tend to operate that way.
So since you're such a person that you want to, you really want to help, How do you think that skill set of yours could apply to this seat, the 9th Congressional District seat that you're seeking?
You see, I think there's a lot of polarization. In our church, we're very multi-ethnic, multicultural. And matter of
Such
fact,
as, like, give us some examples of the different cultures.
okay. We probably are a third black church, a third Spanish, and a third everything else. I'm actually a minority in our church, and I love it. We lived in China a few years.
Really?
And
What part of China?
we taught in different universities after Tiananmen Square. Right after there, I resigned my church, and I went over there. And
For 2 years, right? I think I saw on the
yeah,
website. Okay.
I did. And different places, Chengdu, different places. But I think there's too much division in our politics today. And when you start to get to know people, when you start to cross lines, you find out that there's really not a lot of difference. And if you could become friends with people and hear what they have to say, I think we could come a long way. That's really what I want to do.
Are there issues that are near and dear to your heart that you particularly want to focus on if you win the seat? Let's put it this way, even better. Let's say you are in the seat now.
Okay.
What would be the issues that you are focusing on?
Well, now this ain't in the order, but one, I don't like all the money in politics. I haven't taken corporate money or any money that, someone offered us $5,000 and I didn't take. I just think there's too much.
Is it okay? Are you allowed to tell us just approximately like who offered you that, or like
It was a company that right over the border in you know them. It's a big office company, but they give. And I just, here's what we did. We knocked on over 2,000 doors to get our signatures. You need so many signatures. We got double that we needed. But
Did you get challenged at all?
No, I didn't. Okay. You know why? Because we got double or more than double. So there was no way. So here's what we did. We knocked on doors, and that doesn't take money. That takes time. That takes time. So actually, me and my wife did. We went to all over. And you know what? A lot of Democrats. As a matter of fact, our church is 70% Democrats. And we get along good. We never had a fight. And we don't talk about politics in church. But door to door, that's what we did. We listened to people. Out of all
Are you allowed to get signatures in the church or do that?
I don't do that.
Yeah, okay.
I just don't. I've never asked. I don't talk about politics at church. We have a big meal every Sunday together, and there's enough of that, and I just don't get into that. And now everybody knows what I believe, and I respect what they believe, and they respect. But you know what? We get along very well. We've never had a fight in church. Other churches I pastors, we've had a few, but jokingly, I mean, as far as because when you get people together, but we like bringing people together. I like to say, build bridges.
Yes,
I want to. That's my number one thing is to build bridges. We got a lot of problems. We got immigration. We got our budget. Come on, we're $39 trillion in debt. So we got lots of issues, and the next generation is going to deal with lots of these things.
So what would you do if you were in the seat now?
If I was in the seat now, I would bring people together and try to solve the big issues.
Right.
Okay.
Budget, let's say.
Budget. Nobody wants to tackle it because it's not a popular thing. But if we don't tackle it, our dollar one day will collapse. That's a fact. Everybody admits it. Matter of fact, even the FBI on their website even asks us to prepare as citizens, because one day this is going to happen. You know what? The politicians will be out of office, and the new ones will be coming in, and the people were going to suffer. So I would bring people together. Here's the problem. Right now, executive orders are the big thing. Both parties do it. But that only lasts so long. But the big issues, Social Security, the budget, immigration, we got dreamers here. We got to deal with some of these problems. The only way you're going to deal with them is if you cross party lines and get a solution, because it takes 60 votes, the filibuster. It takes Congress coming together. So I really want to tackle some of these big things, and I think I have an opportunity. I do. And I think that I'm known as a person that likes to cross party lines and to work together with others.
What about immigration? You mentioned immigration too. So let's say you're in the seat now. What's a good thing to do?
Well, we have different people in our church. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of illegal people, and I love them all the same. That's just the way I am. And you know, I do believe in laws. I believe that we got to have a secure border, but I believe in being compassionate. I write a lot of letters. I told the Democrats when we were all together in a forum, I said, I've written more immigration letters for people than all of you put together. I've been to immigration court for people. I believe in helping people in that way. But with that being said, if you're going to get something done, you got to, something that's going to last for dreamers and that, you're going to have to meet halfway and come up with a bipartisan solution. That's the only way it's going to work.
Did you get a chance to study? It's such a quagmire of a mess, and it's very hard to find solutions. Did you do any studying about possible solutions, let's say for the budget and for immigration?
Yeah, I do. Rand Paul used to call it the penny plan. Just cut the budget 1 penny, because you know it automatically goes up 3% every year or more. If you just cut it, you don't cut your budget, just don't raise it 3%, but 1 penny, eventually you could balance the budget. It was called the penny plan, but no, now we're too far down the road. We're at $39 trillion. It's going to take 3 pennies now. So I think you got to do it. We got to balance the budget.
So in other words,
the state does it. You know, Illinois does it.
It does, but it's still in quite a mess with the
budgets. But it's a tricky way. They fuzzle the numbers a little bit. But they're supposed to. The Constitution says Illinois is supposed to balance the budget. But I think our government ought to. The U.S. government ought to do the same.
Okay, so let's be clear.
Go ahead.
So just to take 3 pennies off.
And every dollar.
Every dollar, and don't raise anything.
That's all it is. You're not actually cutting. You're just not raising it as much. I think we can do that. I really do.
Because there's a lot of wasteful spending.
There's a lot of wasteful spending, and I think it's going to help everybody. It's going to make your products cheaper. It's going to save our dollar. It's going to keep our dollar the world currency, which helps us. You know, it makes our oil cheaper. So I just think we need to do that.
And when you talk about this, are there a lot of people that are on the same page with you? Do they know about this?
Oh, everybody knows about it, but nobody wants to do it. I shouldn't say nobody, but
not enough.
Because you're there and you think keep kicking the can down the road, and someone will have to deal with it later. But I'm telling you, everybody that is serious about money knows this is this is a huge problem.
Because I really don't see anybody taking a stance and investing in the future. So they're in political office and elected office, and they should. That's their responsibility to take care of the future as much as possible.
That's Congress's number one responsibility is the budget. Is taxing and spending of the people's money, and we're just being lied to. We really are. And I'm not trying to be an extremist, but the problem is our dollar will collapse, and it's going to be a problem one day. I just think that we need to be honest with the people. You can't have $4 trillion a year now, adding to the debt. There's no way.
What about the special interests? There's a lot of the special interests that are responsible for that budget. Do you think that they would be against you, and so because that would affect their their income.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but how could you deal with that? You need the Lord to be on your side in order to be able to surmount them. But is there have you reflected on that, and how do you think it will play out?
I've been in Washington. I had two sons that work for the government. One works for the administration, the Trump administration. One works for a congressperson. But some of the stories they tell me that, being a congressperson is a good gig. Corporations give people a lot of money, and what happens is, it becomes a slush fund, and it's hard to say no to someone if they've given $1 million to your campaign, and so you end up compromising. I just think it's all wrong. I just think it's we need a change here. I don't believe in big corporate money for politics. Matter of fact, I think it's hurting our system very bad.
So how many corporate entities have tried to give you money? I know you said at least one.
On our website, you do not, there's even the newspaper, Daily Herald did write an article, says, I went to your website, the reporter, there's not a place to give money there. Truthfully, anyone could call me on my cell phone. I have my cell phone. I answer it anytime. And the district, you just got to be available. You don't need to go through 3 people to get a hold of you. And I just think that money is corrupting. So companies, like I said, I've had a couple offer me, and I just have said, we don't need it right now. I want to be nice. You never know. I'm not saying money's terrible, but I just want to take a different approach.
You don't want to be beholden.
No.
And that's hard. But so what do people? What about your advisors? Is there a middle ground where you could get enough money to run, but then not take corporate money?
Well, you do need money, but you got to do stuff like this. You got to do. We're thankful for you, and we're thankful for this TV station for this. But there's other things you could do. You could do free media, and they like to write stories, so you just got to do stuff like that.
You were endorsed by the Chicago Tribune. Was it for this election or for the 2018 election?
No, it's this election.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what happened? How did you get their endorsement?
We're happy for their endorsement. As they said, a nice thing. It's hard to get newspapers to say something nice about you. They said John Elleson was the best one for the race. So I'm thankful for that, and you need stuff like that.
Did you do an interview with them, or did you fill out a long questionnaire?
Oh, lots of pages, or they get long, and yes, and then you got to do an interview, and there's like 15 pages, I think, that they ask you to fill out, and you got to really articulate what you believe in, and so we're thankful.
What other endorsements have you had?
The Star. There's another one, the local journal in our area, out of Des Plaines or something. Oh. It's another local paper. Those were the 2 that I'm familiar with.
And I know that it's very hard to deal with questionnaires. So how do you have a staff helping you answer questions? It's hard you could have enough time on your own to answer all those questionnaires. And how do you figure out which ones are the most important ones?
What you do it honestly and with your heart. And so that's what we do. We just went down one at a time, and they're very thorough. And, there's a lot of others that contact you. There's probably, it's a national, when you run, people know, and they contact. There are so many that are trying to influence our politicians. There's a group for everything. There is a cause for everything, and they come out of the woodwork, and they all give you questions. I think I probably filled out 100 different questionnaires.
Wow.
And there's everything, and and there's the motorcycle, there's the group, there's this, because everyone's vying for your vote, and they want you to vote for their interests. And I think you got to be honest. You can't, you really got to think of what do you really believe in. And
If our viewers want to learn more about you, John Elleson, where should they go?
Well, they could go to our website, johnellison.com, www.johnellison.com. My email address is mail, M-A-I-L, at johnellison.com. You know, and I have a cell phone. I give it out. I have no problem. 847-226-7755. And there we go. Our Facebook page, John Elleson. So we're out there.
Do you receive a lot of phone calls?
I do.
Okay.
And we do. And we answer them and we get back to everybody.
From Bill Morton, President of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, and me, Trudy Leong, Administrator of the Chamber of Commerce, Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, we thank you so much for watching. Thank you, John Ellison. And we will see you again next week.
Thank you very much. Thank you.